Hi, I'm Dan Windle. I work for Portsmouth's only local radio station, 93.7 Express FM and other radio stations, including TalkSPORT and several across the south coast. My experience of school, I think, was a fun one. I quite enjoyed school. Socially, met mates that I still have and will continue to have for the rest of my life, and learnt quite a lot. I think I quite enjoyed school. I never was desperate to skive off sick. So I think I had a good experience at school, and it gave me desire to go on to do future education. So I was always very keen to go on to college, and then very keen to go on to university, and that came and was really seeded from school, I guess. I was someone that was desperate to get out of education as soon as possible. I think I was very, very fortunate that I did know what I wanted to do when I left secondary school. I wanted to get into radio. Trident work experience in year 10, so that would have made me about 13 years old. Very much thanks to the persistent hard work of my mother. She got me work experience at the local radio station at the time in Portsmouth called 107.4 The Key. I had the most incredible 2 weeks of my life there, made friends that I still have now, and because of that, it gave me a real desire. This is what I want to do. I want to work in radio. So every future decision I made from then on was leaning towards how I would give myself the best opportunity to carve out an industry in the media and specifically in radio. So what college and degree, diploma was best for me, what university was best for me, what degree was best for me, work experience, and that all very much came from what I did in school and what I went on to do in college. My day off, I used to go and go in for the day to the local radio station and help them out, make coffee, make tea, go out and do vox pops, do whatever I could to give myself the best advantage, because somewhere along the line, the call came when a radio station needed someone. Here at 93.7 Express FM, it was Sam Matterface ringing me to say, local radio station looking for someone, do you fancy it? And if I hadn't have been a keen 13-year-old, I don't think I probably would have got that call. My roles and responsibilities are different across different radio stations. So nationally for TalkSPORT, I'm very much a presenter there. So I go in and produce and present like a tennis show for them, present some tennis coverage or a football commentary for them. And it's very much you are there to fulfil a certain skill set. Somewhere here at 93.7 Express FM, where I've kind of had an overlooking view of looking after the football coverage over the last couple of years and putting my neck on the line if something goes wrong. It's about organising things, making sure people are booked for certain games, making sure that certain shows are presented by the right people, making sure we have guests across the different shows that we do. So we obviously have a very kind of extended and in-depth coverage here. So we do a lot from Monday to Friday, not just at the weekend, to make sure that every show is done to the best of its ability. Every show is the best possible guest, the best possible presenter. And a lot of that over the last couple of years has fallen on me to try and organise, while of course fulfilling my own job as the main commentator on the match day, the main presenter, most of those weeknight football hours that I've already mentioned. And I think that what I really like about my job is that no one day is the same. I'm either working at a different place on a Monday to a Tuesday, and then I'm probably being asked to do something different. I might be at a radio station on the Wednesday doing a little bit of news reading. What I love about the industry is there's so many different things that you can do. And if you become quite skilled in them, it gives you a good wide reach to be able to tick a lot of the right boxes and do a lot of different things. And I quite like that. I like that I'm keeping myself moving, I'm improving my different skills all the time, and not kind of become very stagnated and doing one very fixed thing, which I meant like an office job would be or something. I just couldn't do that. I think my ambition is to carry on doing what I'm doing. I feel very, very fortunate to have a job in the industry that I love, get paid to talk. Come on. So really it's just to continue to persist and pursue future experiences and try and move up the ladder at national radio stations. I've kind of got my foot in at one of them at the moment, which is great, to kind of try and work up the ladder to impress the right people and get further opportunities there. I think the pinnacle for me, kind of being a sports broadcaster, is always looking at BBC Radio 5 Live and looking at them and the job they do, and kind of looking, that would be the ultimate job for me, but that's just a very personal kind of idea of what I would like to go on to do. But it's just to persist with what I'm doing really and continue to do a good job, not let people down, repay the faith that people show in me all the time, and just continue to try and deliver a high level of presenting and commentating, and yeah, that's my ambition really, to keep people pleased and keep people entertained as well. Probably would have told my younger self, buckle yourself in, it's going to be a bit of a bumpy ride. Probably to not worry as much, just to relax. If it comes, it comes. I think there can be such a pressure on kids nowadays to, I've got to get an A in English, or you know, I've got to get a certain GCSE because I want to become an astronaut or something. You know, there's not really astronauts. I don't know if anybody wants to become an astronaut, but I think there's a pressure on kids nowadays, and that needs to be free. You know, kids need to be able to give them the freedom to have fun, to learn about themselves, and I think with that will help kids discover what they actually want to do in future life. I think that's why there's so many kids out there that don't know what they want to do when they grow up, because they're told that they've got to deliver this, they've got to deliver that at like 13, 14, 15 years old. I think I was very fortunate that I kind of discovered what I wanted to do very young because of a work experience stint that, like I said, my mum earned for me basically. But I'm kind of very much in the minority. So probably just to relax, I'd say. Enjoy being a kid a bit more, you know, because when it comes to like 18, 19, university, and then once you finish university, it can get very serious very quickly. Bills can rack up. You need to earn money. So without wanting to scare you, just enjoy being a kid. Have fun, because it will get a bit more serious later on. A couple of tips I've got for getting on in the world or going on and impressing. Always be that constant person around the place, especially in the media. You want to be the person that is there, a friendly face, a talkative face, someone that they can get on with, someone that they can then develop a relationship and become someone that they will trust to take on roles and responsibilities. For example, again, me just specifically looking at media, you want to become the person that the programme director or someone can look at and say, you know what, I trust Dan, even though he's kind of 14, 15 years old, to go out, record some interviews, come back, edit them, and get them and to go out live. If you become that person, you're much more likely down the line for them to go, actually, there's a paid opportunity here. He's helped us out a lot. Let's give him that chance. That's what I would say. You want to be that constant, that person that's always around, get on with people. I think the way that relationship that you garner with that person is just as important as the work that you deliver as well. You might be excellent at what you do, but if they don't like you very much because you're a bit boring, you're probably still not going to get yourself ahead in the world. So that relationship is just as important. So be that friendly face, be that smiling face. When they call, come running. And that's the biggest tip I would give to anyone that wants to get on, especially into the media. Be that person. And when the call comes, because it will come if they like you and you impress them, that call will come, be ready to run and get there before anyone else does. Just have fun, enjoy yourself. What's the point in us all working if we don't enjoy ourselves? I think people can get quite stressed and bogged under by work. I feel very lucky to do the job I do, and the thing I enjoy the most about it is because I actually have really good fun doing it. I enjoy the people I work with. Just try and have fun with what you do. Not everyone will have the most thrilling job, but if you enjoy it, it makes Monday to Friday so much easier. So just try and enjoy every aspect of it. Try and garner relationships with people, so that means you enjoy what you do as well. And if you start enjoying it, then again, that's more likely that the work that you produce is going to improve.